Solid buoy off the top, and I do believe I have all the footage. The other day I read an interesting quote, like obviously a philosopher like Ben over here. Birds who live in cages think flying is a disease. Just another lost soul hanging off the pole. Just another lost soul hanging off the pole. Give up the excuses. Remember, an excuse is nothing more than a lie wrapped up in a reason. This guy's a philosopher, obviously. There is no legitimate reason for scoping the river, and there never will be. I hear the excuses all the time. It's always from those who lack intuition and simple can't catch or come close to understanding these fish. Depends on times of the year. I guess I've got a lot more to learn about these fish, as old mate over here says in the comments. But also saying that, I've got a bit of a history of fishing. Grandfather used to run the barges when he was like a teenager, and used to check the nets of some of the other pro fishermen back in the day around out in the back of Echuca out here, like Cape Horn and so on. I guess he learnt a little bit about fishing just from seeing where the fishermen check their nets and all that. But he's passed a bit of that knowledge on to me, how fish run at certain times of the year, and it's all correlated back to what I'm seeing on the scope. I'm at one of my favourite spots. Got my first metery around the corner on the surface. First big surface metery. Oh my God. On the wake snake. I'll let him go. Around the corner, I've got another one straight across from the boat ramp. Been searching for him. 110. Bloody ripper. So I'm up here for a couple of reasons, which I'll divulge later. Actually, the reason why I'm up here is because the last time the fish come back home was when the river was this low below Yarrawonga, and pretty much there was no fish at home for 4 years until this happened. This particular event where the arse drops out of the river, worried about a drought, whatever reason they turned the water off. And then all of a sudden there was fish at home. So that's the reason I'm up here, is just to have a look around at this really. There is a couple other, like they've just sent a big flush down the Goulburn, and now I can't find a fish at home again. The reason I'm saying this is, I suppose, my grandfather wrote an article in the Post, Australian Post magazine, before the titty mags and all that come out. Used to be Australia Post, and I think it was, can't remember if it was 1972, which is a year before I was born, or 1978. I know I've been looking for the magazine everywhere because I've got a copy of it, but what he wrote was, when the first flush comes down the river, like the first rise, you have your wings on your drum nets, because he's a professional fisherman. Fish were just food back then, and it was an food industry. When the first flush comes down the river, you put your nets pointing downstream, and you get the fish swimming up into the flush. And when the water drops away to nothing, you turn your drum nets around the wrong way, which I'd never heard of this until I read that. Turn your drum nets around the wrong way and get the fish swimming back downstream. That's just telling you what the old guys with the drum nets, the old pro fishermen, used to do. When the river drops, the fish flush back to they pretty much push each other off the snags is what happens. Push each other off, the bigger ones, they just flood down the river, and that's why we've got fish back at home again. Everyone knows where I fish, so there's no point giving up, but everyone knows where I fish. and obviously when the river fills back up, they're going to come back up here maybe. Some will stay down there. The ones that stay down there are doomed, because this forest over here is going to kill them all, as it has done many times before. Hope it doesn't happen, but it's happened too many times. Anyway, I'm going to go and see if I can catch a fish. Well, that's exactly what I've seen on the scope now, is fish. You know, I've found fish have flooded back to Torrumbarry when the water's been low. Like we had a few months of really low water below Yarrawonga. It was about 1 metre deep for 3 or 4 months. The fish flooded back and it was awesome. Good to see them back there again. Oh yeah. Stay on there, you big. Stay on there. 104, this one. He's a nice fish. Very nice fish. One environmental flow, like it took a couple of months, one environmental flow out of Eildon, down the Goulburn, and pretty much the day it hit Torrumbarry, I've not been able to find a fish since. And that just goes to show the old guys knew this for setting their nets. I don't condone setting nets, don't get me wrong, it's just a bit of information. This is the last mad about Livescope I'm going to do. It's been a huge, huge learning curve. I've seen some unreal stuff. I've caught some easy fish off of it. Oh, Jesus. Where did you come from? Oh. He swallowed that whole. He's a big, big boy. Big boy. And I've caught some not so easy fish off of it. Oh, he's off. Quick release, that one. Never ever had the hooks in him proper. And good to see my young bloke getting onto a few fish. He's seen the toughest time of fishing, but hopefully now he'll have a go at a few. Another one on the, what do you call that lure?
Scope bait.
Scope bait. Another one on the scope bait for Cody. Having a bit of a blinder he is. This one here was pretty special. He's another 113. I caught 3 at 113 this year, which is bloody amazing, really. He'd obviously been caught before for torn mouth, but the footage I've got with this one is something special. I was casting at another cod, and he's just come up and absolutely nailed the cod jig, he did, which was pretty amazing to see. So I've got that on footage, got the whole hook up. Pulled one hook. You're a big boy. Please don't get off. Happy with the same fish from the other day. Oh yeah, I needed that. Splash me in the face. Come out. come out. He's a big boy. 100 and, I don't know what he is, 100 and something. He don't even fit in the camera. He's heavy and he's going home. You're gonna swim off. I know this sounds silly, but I'm already knocked up for the day. He was another 113, that one, but he was a big girl, probably. Real, what's it? Big fat girl. Heavy as, almost too heavy for me, because I'm an old. But anyway, venom target, doing the damage again. That's the fourth metery on that same scope bait. I'm actually going to change the colour today and try and run something different, but here I am, too lazy to take it off. Anywho, hopefully I don't catch another one. No, hopefully I do. I've got this big fella here, got the whole footage of that. Not the underwater footage, but I've got the surface footage, so I'll show that. Flick the surface lure over him and pretty much pulled it up about a metre in front of him, and he's come up and smashed it. Full sunlight, like the fullest sunlight, and he ended up being 113 centimetres. Big male, I believe. So that was the highlight of this, absolute highlight of this season once the scope started working for me. Like I said in the first Mad About video, the scope was so shit and frustrating. In the end, it turned out to be the most amazing bit of gear I've seen. Oh, he's off. No, he's not. Stay on there, boy. Oh, bloody sun. How insane's that? Oh, you won't be happy about that. He's a solid 110, this fish, easy. Solid boy off the top. I do believe he's got a sore mouth. I do believe I'm going to let him go. And I do believe I have all the footage. Rightio, mate. Beautiful. Whew. Beautiful. That's another meaningless metery. Another meaningless metery. Swam away beautifully. Swam away beautifully and was out of the water probably, God, I'm puffed. Out of the water probably 13, about 30 seconds each time. Got him in the net, unhooked him, had to pull me my favourite coloured Bassman Aussie crawler out with that toe point there. It's the only thing he was hooked in. That fast hatch clip, that mustard clip, whatever it's called, I don't know its name. But worked. And yes, in the net, unhooked him, back in the water for a good couple of minutes, 5 minutes, and then out for a photo and then back in the net, back in the water, swim out of the net, as you just seen. I think it's called Care for Cod. I'm happy, and I'm quite happy to go home now. I know it's a meaningless metery to some, but to me, in this place, it's very, very special. And the way I've been trying to catch them, it's not about, as I've been accused, about bulk fish. It's not about bulk fish. It's about learning. And I've learned some shit, I tell you. And catching them in different ways. As you just seen, absolute full sun. And it was at least 110. It was only a rough measure. I'm a happy man. As meaningless as that metery is. Anyway, I've got a little bit of footage here and there to share. Just a couple of they'll probably do me four most memorable catches. This one here that spat the lure, this was an amazing bit of footage. And that's insane. Get out of that timber. That's insane. Where are you? I don't know why you won't take a surface lure, you f***ers. Rightio, you're a well-behaved boy. Oh, he's off. Now I threw a surface lure at him. Did not react one bit. Then I threw the Cod Jig out, pink one, and he's nailed it. Just turned around and nailed it straight away. So, dare I say it, they have just seen way too many surface lures up here. Because everyone's turning the water to froth with them. It's probably time people started to think outside the box a little bit. And I will continue to use it until they stop me from using it. Like I said, it's all about now, it's just going fishing. And I'll share what I can, and I will say that sometimes it is so easy it's not funny, other times it's all still so frustrating. Anywho, until next season, hope you enjoy this last little Mad About Livescope Part 3 video. Look at the thing. Come on. What about it? stay on. Come on now. You stay on him, boy. You're come on, mate. Only place you can go is in this net. Oh, you're a big. Now that's a big fish. On the scope bait. On the scope bait there. I'm going to get it out and put him back in the net. See how strong your Bassman gear is. Full of power. And apart from his big nose spreading them wires up the top, which will make it even more non-snaggy. And my original, oh no it's not, it's my new 8 kilo venom. That's its first metery on my new 8 kilo venom. Got a tranks on it this time, not sure about the tranks. Now what you're trying